Are we on?
It should be on.
Yes?
It's coming here.
Hi, everybody. We're on. Hi. I'm Luke Boatman, producer on PoxNora, known as Hawkvane. This is Derek Chin Sokolov. And we just realized that he forgot his mascot, or his avatar, today.
Yeah, it's at my desk.
He broke the cycle. Anyways, we're excited to welcome everybody to the webcast today. We're going to be doing an observation with Sepulcher, who's going to be commentating with some flavor from us as well. So I think we're going to jump right in. We got a match set up between Riv and Gav. So we're going to pop off air here and go over and sit by the Skype call with Sepulcher. Say hi, Sep.
Hey, it's actually Sepulcher.
Oh, sorry, I mispronounced it. Sepulcher?
Sepulcher.
Okay. Well, welcome.
Yeah, and we'll be in the training grounds for those who didn't know.
Oh, yes. Jump in and observe. All right, it looks like they're firing up the match. We're just waiting for the observe button.
We should probably send them a towel so we can get started. There they go.
Oh, it started.
Okay. Where are they?
It takes a minute. There it is.
Okay. So
This is the loading screen.
this is the loading screen. I love live webcasts.
Ooh, we're in. Well, I'm in.
Yep. So that was...
Yeah. Looks like Gaverion's playing Shattered Peaks, Sundered Lands. Looks like he's playing Kanan. So there's a Pillager on his side, and there's a Demon Vein Vampire on Ryvirath's side.
You want to sit? So I wonder if they're playing any of the new stuff.
Yeah, Ghana, one of my least favorite Kanan. And, Riv's going straight for the middle font with Demon Vein right there.
I've actually seen a lot of that happening. A lot of players are rushing that middle font.
Yeah, he just shadow spawned something. It's Mind Thief
Mind Thief,
Creeper.
yeah.
Yeah. Which Mind Thief Creeper still does that little combat log bug with type play, spawn type play.
Oh, yeah. I saw that.
And what causes that?
That's a debug message, actually. That's how we use... That's what we use to try and fix bugs when we don't know where things are going wrong. We'll put those messages in there so that we know what triggers are being called.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes they slip out.
Yeah, it doesn't affect the game in any way. It's just basically,
Well,
if you know programming, it's basically a print message.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So yeah, it's all middle font rush there.
yeah. And neither of them have gone for their side fonts yet, though I'm pretty sure that's where Mind Thief's going.
Yeah.
He's got Initiative and Pillage, so he'll get 10 Nora out of that for capturing that font up there.
Actually, Mind Thief lost Pillage.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
That's what I get for not staying up to date. Yeah, Demon Vein can actually get 2 attacks off on Pillager if he wants to.
I lost its volume again.
He could easily kill that Pillager.
No, he's thinking about it.
Yeah, I guess so. I was worried I was disconnected for a second.
So I haven't been watching Riv play lately. Is this a deck that he's been playing a lot of? Do you guys know?
Yeah, he's been playing this pseudo vampire deck. It's not full vampire, but it has a lot of vampires.
So instead he's moving Demon Vein to the corner there instead of rushing in. And there's a Bloodbinder count. Of course, he gets deployed a little further out because of creep.
Yeah, he's actually running a bunch of stuff that some players don't consider runnable. That's
He moved out of the...
interesting. Huh.
Oh, well, actually, he just moved out of the font.
Why did he do that? That's
I don't know.
Should we broadcast and ask him?
When did Kanan Pillager get pillage? I didn't realize he had that.
with this launch.
Okay, cool. Makes sense. And so he actually, Gav got 10 Nora out of that little backing off that Riv did just now.
Well, I guess technically they're one font each, so
Yeah. But now Gaverion has 2 fonts basically secured, and he's, I think he's going to deploy on that middle font, so he'll have a advantage, I think. Who knows how much Nora he has, though.
Can we make him talk? Can we cheat?
unfortunately our cheat commands don't work when we're observing.
That'd be a cool thing to have in. You could just pop in and make people talk.
Yeah, or destroy champions.
Yeah, there's a Kanan Whirlwind there. Gaverion's definitely got the upper hand right now.
Yeah, they're playing very conservative right now.
Yeah.
It's like they know they're being watched.
I don't see any new runes. That makes me kind of sad.
I don't know if Riv is playing the new creeper or not. I think he should be.
Definitely should.
Just for our audience, if nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah, there hasn't been any attacks made yet. And he's contesting with Elser and Vex, the war banner there. So I guess he wants to still stay keep his champions out of that font.
Gav says no new runes, but feel free to give him some.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what Gav's going to do now. I guess just turtle. Maybe he can snipe with Kirgana or something.
Yeah, he might be able to get a shot off on the war banner, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the pillager got 2 fonts, so now that thing is like 40 Nora.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a big Nora advantage out of that. There's an Isle of Cain Taurus, so and a tribal post, so all the Canaans just got plus 10 HP. Kind of a big deal.
Yeah, the Mind Thief, I don't know how much it's going to be able to do on this map, because he has to trek across, all the way across the map to have any impact on that other font.
So, Kirgana just sniped that warbanner and then backed off. So both of them are playing very conservatively right now.
It's too quiet.
Yeah, I know. Well, nothing has really happened yet. I mean...
Yeah, I think they're getting a little bit of either they're trying to make it fun for everybody to watch, or games don't usually go this slow. They're usually a little bit quicker.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised.
They may be getting a number of tells, too.
There's Stitched Mesmer. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm getting some tells that I'm quiet.
I think you're going in and out a little bit, but
Man.
we can hear you okay.
Okay, that's good. So there's a Stitched Mesmer. He's
Quiet still.
not sure what his master plan is for that. But hopefully we'll get to some actual action soon.
Come on, guys.
I'm gonna start private.
You still there, buddy?
Yeah, can you
All
guys
right.
hear me?
Yeah. I'm going to broadcast for them to spice it up a little.
Yeah, I'm private.
So what I'm going to tell them is, if they make it awesome, we'll give them a couple of free pack. Well, each a free pack. Not a couple. Each a free pack. As well as you, Sep. You get one too.
Oh man, that's great. Thank you.
There you go. Now we're going to see what everyone else thinks of that idea.
Gav has assured me that some action's coming up soon. So, oh wow. Pillager actually pillaged another font just now. So that's 30 Nora that Gav's gotten just off of pillages.
So give us a little idea of what you think Gav's going to do next, Sock.
Well,
Or Sock or Sep, either of you guys. What do you think he'd do? You guys play better than me, so.
Did he deploy just now? Is that thing new? Yeah, that thing is new down there.
he needs to plop something fat down in the middle font and just move in.
Well, he had it at the beginning, right? Who backed off? Riv?
Riv backed off, yeah. 3 Nora off of pillages.
Here we go, boys. Come on. Show us some action.
So the Mine Thief is obviously in the area there.
Within the
Yeah.
zone.
Uh-oh.
So he just possessed?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Riv moved his Mesmer near that champion to possess him, but he needed more AP, and the Mesmer has an ability that siphons AP off other units, and the Mine Thief was in the area to give that AP.
Ah.
Yeah. And he moved Demon Vein. Not really sure why. Oh, there's a Maddening Echoes.
28
28
damage.
damage.
Wow.
Wow, to all the champions in the area. That's a big move.
He ran out of time, though, to count them
Yeah,
again.
but wow, he didn't. That was it. So he left everything alive. He didn't actually kill anything, and now it's Gaverion's turn to do as he pleases, basically. And there's a Rage Band on Kirgana, and she's gonna siphon all of that life back that she just lost, basically. Demon Vein's dead.
So he messed up there, huh?
I think so. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what he was thinking, actually. Yeah, Demon Vein's dead.
Ouch.
Yeah, Kirigana is going to siphon all that life back. Yeah, and, what was that?
It's quite the list of passive abilities there. On
Yeah, the
Kirigana.
Rage Band added a whole whack of those.
Yeah. So, Kanan Howler, killed his own possessed, Kanan just now. But there was no swarm.
How did they find this? If they want to watch this on the training grounds right now.
So guys, if you're just joining us and you want to jump into the match, type /who and put in Gaverion or Ryvirath's name, and it'll take you right to the match.
Yeah, there'll be a link. Just click observe.
We're commentating with Sep and Sokolov and Hawk. We're watching in Ryvirath and Gaverion.
So there was another pillage for Kanan Pillager. That's 40 Nora that Gav's gotten off of just pillages, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, and it didn't actually need to happen.
Gav says
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Gaverion.
It was preventable.
Gaverion.
Gaverion.
My apologies. Mispronouncing names. It's hard to pronounce names.
I agree. Everyone gives me crap about that when I mispronounce names on of runes and things like that.
So we just got a question through chat that says, did the viewers get a free pack too? And I'm going to put on my bad face and say no. But maybe if we have time for another match or we do this next time, the lucky contestants can start to get some free stuff out of it. How's that?
So Bloodbinder count, looking to take out Pillager, I guess.
Yeah, it seemed like if he had gotten the count in range, he could have at least killed something and then prevented the capture.
So he also hit Kanan Howler. I'm guessing it's going to be a area of effect spell or something to finish them off. Nope.
How'd he
It was
die?
actually, that was an eye for an eye, I think. Yeah, it was an eye for an eye on Mind Thief Creeper.
Ah, that's why it was hard to see, because it was on the stealth champion.
Oh, it doesn't show where he is. Nice.
No, because the spell just targets him, it doesn't.
There's Jix the Shadesworn, one of my least favorite champions.
Why don't you like him?
I've had very bad memories with that rune. I haven't seen him lately, but Gaverion actually used him to dominate me one match. I'll never forget it. Ooh.
Dead Zone Voodoo.
Yeah, Dead Zone Voodoo taking out that Kanan. Actually, Riv has really turned this game around.
Well, he did force Gav to kill his own Whirlwind. Basically,
true.
didn't get to use him at all.
Yeah.
And his creeper's still alive?
The creeper is still alive somewhere, yeah.
Yeah, it's lost 16 health from Eye for an Eye, but
Yeah, and normally if a stealth champion gets damaged, it is revealed, but Eye for an Eye is loss of life, so it does not get revealed.
right. Kirigana attacking Bloodbinder count, then moving away. Come on, Gav.
They're just trading life siphons.
Yeah, basically.
So do you guys think either one of these guys is being very aggressive, or you just kind of feel like they're playing to make the match last? See, because my tendency when I play is I'm usually pretty aggressive early on, which is probably why I lose. But what do you guys think? How do you think the pace of the match is going?
I think it's going better now. It was just kind of slow to start at first.
Yeah, well, neither of them really wanted to commit to a middle font battle without having numerical advantage, so they were all just dancing a bit.
Gaverion has a Bloodhowler Alpha out now, so it's kind of sink or swim with that guy. I mean, if he lives and gets some kills off with that, he'll probably win. But, you know, if Riv can kill it, he'll probably win. That's what I think it's going to come down to.
Riv?
Ooh, there's a Retribution on Mesmer, and Kirigana's dead.
Oh, there's a creeper.
Yeah, Mind Thief Creeper got detected. So,
And then
yeah,
the-
Riv's definitely got the advantage right now. Because, Siphon.
Because what? I didn't hear you.
Oh, Jix is getting fed off of Soul Siphon, and, Gav's lost Kirigana, which is a huge, huge deal.
So he's only got the tracker in that font.
Yeah. Crone, haven't seen one of those in a while.
So there hasn't been any new runes. Do they have any in the decks?
Well, Gav said he didn't, but I don't know if Riv does.
Come on, Riv. You want to see some new stuff. So what do you think he's going to do here, Sep?
Well, I'm just going to try to stall with that tracker stealth in the font. Well, I think he's going to try to get something off with Bloodhowler Alpha to swing this game around. But as long as that Jix is alive, Ryvirath is still in this. And I think he has the advantage right now for sure.
Yeah, and that counts controlling that whole font.
Yeah. Yeah, and he de-stealth. You can't really stall with that anymore.
I mean, Jix is kind of gravy even at this
Yeah.
point.
Ouch.
Jix is at 71 HP, 20 damage from Soul Siphon now.
Does he have equipment on him? No.
Nah. Nothing's equipped.
So he's got that zone.
Yeah, Riv's gained control of the middle font.
So in all the matches that you've commentated, have you seen a lot of comebacks from people who start to lose it like this?
Sometimes it depends on who they're playing. In a match like this where Ryvirath has the advantage, I don't think Gaverion will be able to come back, but who knows?
Yeah.
Usually if a bad comes back more often than not. But in this case, I think Ryvirath should be able to sustain this lead.
So Sep, when you commentate, do you like commentating on your own matches better? Or do you like commentating on matches that you observe?
I like commenting on my own matches.
Because it's a
For
little
sure.
bit easier to express what you're doing?
Yeah, I get to explain what my thought process is and why I did certain moves and things like that. When I'm watching two other people play, like if there's a lull in gameplay like these two had earlier, it's
Yeah.
kind of hard to find things to say because I don't know what's going through their heads or what's going to happen next.
So are there any type of features that as a commentator, I know I've read stuff from players saying like if we had a recording capability for matches and objects like that, are there any type of features that would make commentating more lucrative?
Well, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now. But Bloodhowler just killed Jix, and that's a huge swing.
Yeah, that was a big power turn.
Yeah, that was a huge deal.
I'm surprised that well, I guess it was either that or the Mind Thief was going to die the same way.
Yeah, I didn't think that Ryvirath would move up Jix that much, but he did, and Bloodhowler was able to get in there and kill it.
Yeah, the
So-
Maul and Execute, that was more than half
Yeah.
of Jake's life in one shot.
Yeah, Bone Splitter Maul was the difference there. Wow. So I'd say Gaverion now, and Ryvirath has another Mind Thief Creeper out.
So the creep, refresh my memory, Sock. The creep ability works. How does that work?
When you deploy a champion with creep, it expands the creep. Expands the creep, and that means that the deployment zone of your shrine is expanded.
And then once you deploy within that expanded zone, it disappears, right?
No.
Or retracts?
If the creep dies, then it retracts.
Okay.
But it only retracts one space, whereas when you deploy it, it increases it by 2. So as the game goes on, the creeper user is going to be able to forward deploy more and more.
There's
And-
an eye for an eye on Mind Thief, and that blind.
Blinded the
Now he
alpha?
does have access to Purge. I don't know if he's running it.
He should be running Purge. I can't see him not running Purge. So that blind should be gone whenever he decides to kill with Bloodhowler. Kanan Crone slowly inching up there.
Yeah, and it's doing its escalation thing.
Yeah. Basically every...
We lost him.
You cut out there, Sep.
Oh, I did? Am I back now?
You're back now, yes.
Oh, God.
And you're really, really quiet.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
Yeah, like
It
you're
is-
loud 1 second and then you fade out and then you come back.
Well, it is. It just decided to storm here, so maybe that's part of it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, isn't this just the worst luck today?
Yeah, it's been quite an adventure to get this thing to come together.
Yeah.
But you've been awesome, man. You've been hustling.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I guess we aren't in the true connected age yet.
So
Like they all want us to be.
Sock and I were talking earlier, and if we could ever get our budget to allow for it, we were thinking it'd be cool to fly somebody out here to actually do this in person for a webcast. So who
Oh,
knows?
wow.
That might be awesome.
I would totally be up for that. You guys,
Well, I won't say it'll happen or not, but the more we do this stuff, the more ideas keep coming to us. So we're definitely having fun with it.
yeah.
Maybe at Fanfare. Have you gone to Fanfare, Sep?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't had the opportunity to travel to Las Vegas for that. It's in Las Vegas every year, right?
Yes.
It has been recently, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
at Dallas this year.
Yeah, usually my... No, that may change.
Oh, we lost him again.
Yeah, you cut out again, so we didn't catch that sentence.
Oh, you did? Ah, man. Okay, what I was saying was my school schedule has...
There it goes again.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I guess.
Apparently.
I cut out again?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. I don't even know if it's worth saying anymore.
Somebody doesn't want you to say it.
Is that like repeating a joke over and over when someone doesn't hear it? So where are we at here?
Well, if
Alpha's still
I'm Gav,
blinded.
I would actually turtle at this point and just build on that escalation advantage because he's got the range, he's got the melee.
So you can
Yeah, it
just
looks
camp
like
out.
that's what they're doing is turtling right now.
Yeah, but the longer this goes on turtling, I think it's Gav's advantage though.
Yeah, ooh. What's that?
Ouch.
Dead Zone Voodoo again?
Yeah.
Wow. And that actually killed... Wow.
I think that was a bit of a miscue there.
Yeah, Bloodhowler Alpha is not blinded anymore and ready to tear things up, though, so we'll see what happens. It looks like he is in a position to kill that Bloodbinder count. There's one hit from Kanan Crone. Ah, Mind Thief Creeper. Messed things up. But, life drink from it.
Yeah, now the Alpha had 1-2 range. Could still reach it, but it doesn't anymore.
It doesn't have one too.
Yeah.
It had one too? You nerfed it?
Yeah.
Nerfage.
Yeah, so there he killed the Mind Thief and got 25 HP out of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, the count lives.
Yeah. There's a little static aura from... But Bloodbinder does live.
That was great placement, though, that creep.
Yeah, that was pretty funny, actually.
But that's one of those things that the top players do, and, you know, a lesser player might have left the creep with 1 or 2 AP elsewhere.
Right. Right. One thing... Anticipate what their opponent's going to do next. And often that's the primary difference between top players and, mediocre ones. So there's the Possess on Bloodhowler.
So they each got 2 in there. The creeper's dead, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the Creeper's dead. And it looks like he cast Masochism on Bloodhowler Alpha. So that Gaverion does to Ryvirath, it will actually apply to Bloodhowler Alpha.
Yep.
I'm guessing that's what Ryvirath...
Yeah, it does. This must be what the deck does in general. And then Life Siphon is to get the life back on the champions that do end up getting hit before he pulls it off.
So
I was wondering
possessed.
why he was so eager to get that Mesmer into battle. Now I know why.
Yeah, I wonder if he ran out of time and he was going to cast Masochism.
Yeah. There's a Timberjaw Alpha. And it's Ryvirath's turn.
Does look like he can wait it out though.
Yeah.
So the question is Riv going to run that thing into the lava and kill it, or what? Or is he going to try and put it into play? I don't think he can reach anything useful in time.
No.
Probably running into the lava.
So if you're talking, we can't hear you again.
Oh, I was silent. I can't wait to hear this after it goes on YouTube. Probably be angry at myself for being so quiet.
Well, you're on stage too. We all are.
Yeah.
Lava is OP nerf.
Well, there was no lava running. I don't know if that's because he was trying to...
Yeah, so why'd he run him over there?
Well, he de-stealthed that guy. Maybe that's what he wanted.
Yeah, he de-stealthed the tracker, and now he's attacking. But he hasn't killed it yet. I guess he's going to run in with Bloodbinder counting for a kill. Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
That possess.
Yeah, so all that to kill tracker. Well, yep.
How long does he stay possessed for?
It
Oh,
is.
there you go. It ended.
Yep.
Turn. So Gaverion has him back now.
And what's the cooldown?
Yeah, it seems like it would have a little bit more worth it to run him into the lava.
Well, Bloodbinder Alpha, or sorry, Blood Howler.
It does have tough, so...
Yeah. Tough 3 would be 3 less damage for Lava Space. That's probably why.
Yeah. But it would have been farther from combat too, so... Well, he did get a kill out of it, so... And prevented the count from dying.
So he
Another
can't do much.
Pillager. And,
I'm surprised the Pillager is coming up again, because...
Well, didn't he have 2 out earlier?
No, he just had the 1 out.
Oh. So what do you think he's going to do here? Sokolov? He's attacking.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing is
Blood
in
Howler's
mortal
dead.
danger.
But he can't finish him off.
Not without a spell.
Yeah, he'll probably do a spell.
I don't know if he runs Anathema or not.
Looks like he's in a gyroscope.
This looks very sci-fi.
What is that? Is he distracted twice? What is that? Why is it doing it twice?
He's distracted, and what's the other one there? Awestruck? Awestruck doesn't have that animation. I don't know.
I only see 1 distract, so...
Oh, you
Maybe
do?
it's an observer bug.
Oh,
Yeah.
we see 2. He looks like he's in a gyroscope.
It looks really cool, actually.
That sounds really funny.
Yep, there's a spell.
And Blood Howler Alpha is dead. He stepped in a boulder trap.
Worth it.
So is there a way for him to secure this, or it looks like he'll be Gaverion will be able to contest next turn?
There's an eye for an eye on Kane and Crone.
That spell is, like, so clutch all the time.
Yeah.
That was Wild Alliance?
Yes.
Yeah. It's one of the corpses.
So Ryvirath has the font, but and Gaverion's Kanan Crone is blinded, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen. He's moving Timberjaw Alpha into the font. Looks like he's not going to be able to take any action this turn.
Does Riv have something stealth still?
He shouldn't.
I actually can't remember.
No, I'm pretty sure both the creepers are dead. Because one got sacrificed, the other got killed by the alpha.
Yeah. He moved Timberjaw.
I should say Blood Howler since they're both alphas.
Give him the aura,
Kill it with,
electricity.
Electricity aura.
Kanan slipped.
Yeah, the big guns are coming out now.
So this has been a little back and forth.
Well, they're very similar in terms of skill levels, so that's going to happen.
Actually been a very good game.
And that was key, killing that Mesmer, I think.
Yeah.
You don't want him getting a second possess off. And it kind of turned out that the masochism didn't actually accomplish much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it prevented the Mesmer from dying previously, but...
We'll see if Timberjaw lives through this. 19 damage from Bloodbinder count. Wow. He's
Yeah.
up to 25 damage now. The range 5 Pit Dragon. And there's presumably 2 attacks from Elder Bloodbinder. So that gets him down to 23.
And I think that's going to be it.
Yeah, I can't see a way for him to do 23 damage, but...
Strip armor, Millennium Ice Quick.
Oh, man. So it's Gaverion's turn now, and I don't know if he can do it, but he
He needs to
should
get rid of that
try-
count.
Yeah, he should be trying to get rid of that count this turn.
He's not going to be able to do that, though.
The only way he could do it is if he cleansed that crone.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's...
That Dead Zone Voodoo, man. Wow. That's 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, that count's literally controlled that font the whole game. I wonder if he's going to be more popular now with our players.
Maybe.
After
the
seeing
match.
what Riv did. Yeah, that... Because the Bloodbite count has not been considered very good.
Oh,
So...
there's a forbidden fruit on Kanan Slips. Wow.
And... Yeah, and he'll survive pretty much anything that's thrown at him here.
So, Kanan Slips is going to Manic into Bloodbinder count,
Oh.
and they both die. Change.
Wow, so the linchpin is gone.
Yeah. Yeah, so now Ryvirath just has Elder Bloodbinder and Archfiend out.
Yeah, because it was looking like there was nothing you could do to the Bloodbinder count to kill him, but...
Yeah, that was a pretty extreme move.
But one he needed to do.
Yeah.
How much health is on the slipped? Or the alpha? 15?
Yeah, 15 HP.
And the crone's still blinded.
Yeah, poor Crone.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there's a
Spellkaiser.
Goblin Spellkaiser.
I love that guy. What's that?
I said hello, Underdepths champion. I'm glad to see one.
That's true, it's all been Forsaken Waste.
Yeah.
Or
Stick,
Stitched.
which I don't count as Underdepths, but... Yeah, I still really like Goblin Spellkaiser, even after all the changes that have he's been hit with.
Well, there was only really the one change with the Reckless Teleport.
Well, also Cast Cauterized's range was decreased.
Oh, that's true, I did nerf the range on that.
Yeah, which was probably good.
doesn't have an attack, right? He's
He
been
does
that way
not have
since
an attack.
since he was designed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it was one of the things I wanted to do for my... Originally, he was actually attack physical and inexperienced. To simulate the fact that he's a spellcaster, and if he's going to hit you with his staff, he's going to do it very well. But I felt that just removing the attack would give you that effect anyway.
Yeah, I think it's giving him a cool flavor.
Elder Bloodbinder vaporizes after one hit from Timberjaw. And Kanan Crone is magic damage, so he could kill it, but he's blinded, so...
Did you see the new Under Depths Legendary?
Oh, the Centipede? Yeah, I haven't had the chance to get him yet, to play him, but he looks cool.
So for those who don't know, and I don't know if you know this, Seb, but that's actually Conger's design.
Yeah, he told me that. It's really cool.
So for the players watching, I tend to read those forums. I mean, I pretty much read everything on the forums. So even if I don't reply, I'm actually reading. But I pay attention to the Rune Ideas forums and all that stuff as well. And so if I make a rune that, if I see a rune that I really like that you guys design, and I'm going to try and get into the game. And honestly, this idea that Conger had for a lava serpent, which became the Centipede, was one of the best ideas I'd seen come out of that forum. So,
Which I don't know if we've actually ever done that before. I think that was a first.
we've incorporated several player ideas in the past. Call to Arms, for example, is Tarf's. Inquisition is Markov's. And there's a few others that are in the game already. Snowed In was Teen Ninjas, I want to say. Anyway, there's a thread in Rune Ideas called Toma Acknowledgement where I keep track of all this stuff. So, but yeah, Centipede is the most high-profile one for sure.
Ryvirath just killed Timberjaw by using blood magic after it persevered. So Ryvirath is definitely still in this.
Yeah, it's ebbing back and forth.
Yeah, every time I say one of them has an advantage, the other one swings it back around.
It's a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, if Gav back in it and probably steamroll from there, but until that happens, Ryvirath could come back, and there are 2 whirlwinds just deployed.
I do feel like, though, that Gav's build has more longevity, and that Ryvirath's build is much more about the gimmicks and the specific spell combos that he has, and he's exhausted quite a few of them now.
Right, now that both Mesmers and the Bloodfinder count are dead.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's burned the Masochism as well. I mean, I guess it's going to come off cooldown in not too long, but
Right.
Gav's deck just has more raw power. And he's going to have Purge back soon.
I keep half expecting him to use a Cleansing Emerald or something, but I guess no room for that when you've got Purge.
When was the last time you used Purge? Several turns ago?
It's been a while, but it is
Yeah.
10 cooldown, so I think it's 10. It's 50 Nora, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it's 50 Nora, I think. So, wow. Velkaiser moves in and uses Cauterize on Kanan Crone.
Well-
Cauterize is such a long animation.
Yeah, now that thing is locked in. He might as well run into the other font.
Do you have anything that can bring these back to life? The Stitch Remains?
Not in play. I don't know if he runs other stuff that reconstructs.
Yeah, I think those remains are going to be there for the rest of the game. Or until somebody wants to destroy them for a globe.
You mean they're going to remain?
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
But,
So now that Kanan Crone has been cowterized, he has defiled, which means that he can't be cleansed. So there you go.
So he's pretty much toast.
Yeah,
Well, he does have free abilities that are non-attack based, so
Drain, Rite of Destruction.
she's not completely useless, but her big selling point is the escalating damage, which is useless at this point.
there's an aura on Pillager. Pillager's also got Soul Weaver equipped that he pilfered, I should say.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I think Ryvirath. But I think I said that earlier about Gaverion, so who knows?
So have you ever done any of these commentaries when you're observing and you know what the deck creations are?
I think a couple times I have. There was a game that I specifically observed with Soulfear because I knew that she was running Iron Fist Stronghold Sunderland Super Champ deck.
Okay. So we're approaching 45 minutes for the webcast, which is actually pretty long. We normally run these about 20 minutes. So I think what we're going to do is if you guys want to see the outcomes, go ahead and head to the forums. And I'm pretty sure Sep's recording this as well, so he'll probably finish it up. But we will probably jump off air and wrap it up through text in the lobby. So we're going to go sit, and Sep, you can keep commentating, but we're going to say a short... Oh, somebody
Looks like Gaverion.
Wow, good timing. Maybe he's listening in, I don't know. I assume he's listening in.
He must have been
Ryvirath
listening.
wins.
Now you know.
He surrendered. So are we back on picture? Can you guys see us? So that was fun. That was a little different. Hopefully there wasn't too many soft moments in there without a lot of dialogue. But this is the first time we're doing this one. We had a blast.
Yep.
I had a blast. Derek had a blast. Sep,
Yeah, that 45 minutes went like really quick.
Yeah, I don't...
And you're cutting out again, unfortunately.
no!
we definitely want to do another one of these. I think it may be fun to either have the person joining in, which is you, Sep, playing, or maybe Sock can be playing, or one of us can play, so we can talk a little more and give a little more flavor of what's going on. But thanks to everybody for joining in, and free pack for you three guys. And sorry for the users, no freebie stuff today, but keep tuning in. We're having fun doing these. So thank you.
See you guys in the